welcome back to my channel. My name's Ashley Aireonna here with Rohan. What an incredible game. I'm sick. So I love games like that where you're just literally having a heart attack. My dad called me after and said that if he's in the coroner's office tomorrow, that it's because the up and down. I was watching this game with my friend who hasn't watched football before, and getting to explain to her drive in and drive out what was happening was hilarious. And her
But that was
seeing
a hell
my
of a game. That was a
seeing my
hell of a
reaction.
game. That's how it is.
I I did not expect it to go like that whole I thought that they were going to mirror the Ravens Texans game. I thought like maybe a little rusty in the first quarter, and then like a huge pull away. The 49ers are known to play games like that, so yeah, for it to be back and forth, but I mean they played the worst that they could have played, in my opinion, maybe besides turnovers. But in my opinion, Brock Purdy played terrible. Kyle Shanahan, Jake Moody, there was rain. Everything that could go wrong went wrong. And then they went into the fourth quarter trailing, which is something that people give Kyle Shanahan a lot of grief about. His what is it, 37-1 record, 37-2 now. And I think both of those games have against Packers too, which is crazy. I loved that. But to be honest, like I'm so happy that we advanced and now we have more football to analyze and talk about. There was a second there where I thought, oh, like I really thought it was over, and I was sad. Well, I think I was more mad, but I would have been sad. Now I'm just really happy. I feel like I just took like 4 shots of coffee. So I'll let you talk now. How do you feel?
Yeah, I mean, it was a hell of a game. It's kind of like, if you're looking for a game that's like a highlight game on the outside, this is the type of game. I mean, the 49ers, my initial thinking, this is a game they did not deserve to win. It's not. The Green Bay Packers dominated for a majority of this game, at least 30 minutes, likely more if you go up and tally it. But this is a game that, despite that, the 49ers won. And we've talked about it on previous shows, and I've said it on my own. We have yet to see the 49ers this year pull out a victory like this. They have lost in those close game environments. We have not seen them come from behind and kind of, or even stay close in games and then pull those out. It's the victories, and you're not going to complain when that's the case, but they're victories of 10 plus points usually. And so this is a completely different game. And so that's why for the 49ers, what I tweeted after, tweeting the initial stuff was that this is a game this was a needed game, and it's good that it happened now because the 49ers needed that game where they could go overcome adversity and find a way to win when they did not look good at all.
They definitely did. I like this game as kind of both a narrative like enhancer and also a narrative crusher, because I feel like Kyle Shanahan choking in big games, 49ers playing down to their opponent, Brock Purdy not able to throw in the rain. Like you got all these things that were you're like, yep, that's true. And but then they also, I had, did you have any faith that they were like, was there a point of time? I know you said they didn't deserve to win, but did you expect to win the entire time? Or was there
No,
a point in
no,
time where
no.
you were
You
like,
can't say
it's over?
that. Well, here's what I'll say. Did I think that they had a chance to win it at every point of this game? Yes, yes. I don't think that they were ever ultimately out of
Sorry,
this. Go
I
ahead.
meant, did you think they were gonna lose? Like there was a point in the game where I was like, oh, it's over. Like when they were in the beginning, I was like, I remember when the first quarter, I actually thought I got arrogant on Twitter, and I thought that there was no way that they wouldn't win, because I was like, Green Bay just played the best that they could have played. The 49ers defense played terrible. The 49ers offense isn't, showing out. Deebo Samuel gets injured in the beginning half of the game, and Green Bay walked away with 3 points after like looking really good. And I was like, that has to be disheartening if you're the Packers, because you're like, how do I play any better than this? That was the one thing. The 49ers defense was letting them walk down the field, but they were stopping them in that red zone, which was so critical. And then getting the turnovers, also Dre Greenlaw, huge shout out to him. Although get down when you get an interception. I was like, he's going to fumble the ball and they're going to return it for a touchdown. Like that's the energy that this game had. That is so the energy that this game had. But
yeah. But no,
after that, like confidence later on in the game, I really like there was a time where I was like, it's over the opposite way where I was like, I think the 49ers are going to lose this, like for sure. And so
I don't think I ever had that moment where the 49ers, I thought that they were going to, like I said, it's over in that sense. I don't think I had that moment. But were there times where I did believe the 49ers could lose this game? Absolutely. I mean, like you mentioned in the first half, the 49ers were dominated for the first 15 minutes. I know they scored that one touchdown drive that took 12 plays, but it was field goal, and then it was, a fourth down stop, and then it was another field goal. And through that, while the 49ers did have one possession offensively where they scored, they did not look good. Brock Purdy did not look good early on. He had a near interception that was a pick six. That could have been a pick six on his second, throw of the day. And then he had one later on. But again, like I said, this was a game where you hoped the 49ers could pull it out to show something different about the team, and I think it did. The 49ers
this
now
is something
have
that
this
we've
Exactly.
often talked about this, right? Like you said, they would have to win a game like this in order to win the Super Bowl if you thought that was possible. And I think our conclusion was whenever they've had the opportunity to pull out games like this, they have not been able to. So
yeah, exactly.
Incredible. Do you think Purdy outplayed Love? Because there was a point in the game where I felt like the 49ers defense was not shutting down the Packers offense. And I think Marcus Thompson, he covers the Warriors, and he said, who's going to win in a shootout, Jordan Love or Brock Purdy? And I think it was obviously a joke, but at the time, I felt like with some of the balls that Jordan Love was playing, I thought Jordan Love might be outplaying Brock Purdy. Now he did the most important job of the quarterback is to protect the football. He turned it over twice. Brock Purdy didn't, but like you explained earlier, it definitely showed opportunities to. And there was some erratic. What was that? This was earlier on in the game. What was that throw? It was down the field. It was a beautiful throw, and then no wide receiver in sight. Is that just miscommunication? I don't know. That 49ers were off. Do you think that this is something that will carry on next game, or just rust that they can shake off? Because they were lucky to be playing a younger Packers team in the rain. That was, they couldn't, I don't think, have won this game if it was against the Ravens at all.
I mean, it's the level of opponent. It's different things like that. And sure, we could say that, but do I think it's going to carry on? First of all, I don't think this is rust. I don't attribute it to things like rust. It's just rust is something you shake off, and I don't think the 49ers really ever shook it off. I attribute it when you look at how this game went. One, sure, it was raining. It was. But Brock Purdy struggled to throw the football at certain times in this game. But more importantly, I think even more importantly than that, two, Kyle Shanahan's lack of a willingness to go to the run game. I think Christian McCaffrey entering the fourth quarter with 11 carries is inexcusable when you're facing a Green Bay Packers team that is the 28th ranked run defense in the NFL. Moreover, Christian McCaffrey had a 39-yard touchdown run with great blocking on that cutback play where he scored, and the 49ers elected to give him the ball once on their next drive. There was another drive one time after that. Christian McCaffrey got 3 carries in a very, very, he got 3 carries in a very small sequence, and then around midfield, the 49ers dropped back and threw for the next 5 times. It was, one was a completion, or the second throw was a completion, and then it was 3 incompletions, pass on first, second, and third down that led to another, that was the one where they punted at the Green Bay 40-yard line. These type of things you should not be allowing. The 49ers in this game, and I'll say this about Matt LaFleur as well. I think Kyle Shanahan and Matt LaFleur both had the exact same issue down the stretch. Both teams could not execute offensively, and the reason, in my opinion, was that both were going away from the run.
I feel like you're making a great point, but you just cut out.
Uh-oh. Are we good now?
Yeah, we're good now. Sorry about that. Okay, I was invested in what you were saying, and then I was like, it just trailed out.
But what I was saying is that I think both teams struggled offensively because they could not sustain the run. Both teams did not go to the run at the end of the game. I think that was a huge issue for Matt LaFleur and for Kyle Shanahan. Ultimately, though, Kyle Shanahan got the last laugh because he had the final drive to find a way to get things moving. You know, Brock Purdy, I think also huge credit goes to him for clicking it together. He looked frazzled on that second to last drive. That's what my guy Kyle Posey tweeted out. He did not look great on that second to last drive either. He was missing throws on that second to last drive. Like I said, the 49ers punted at the 40-yard line. But after the missed field goal, you know, it clicked. He clicked, and he clicked at the exact time that you wanted him to click. Showed some good adversity for me.